Drop an American long-nose semi into Old Paris and it feels instantly wrong. Turns get messy, lanes get blocked, and that extra hood looks like wasted space. Now drop a European flat front cabover on a long US interstate haul, and drivers will call it loud, harsh, and exhausting for hours. Myth: American and European trucks look different because of taste. Reality: they look different because the rules and roads reward different shapes. Here's the mechanism. Trucking is paid cargo inside a legal footprint. In many places, the limit that matters is total length, front bumper to trailer end. So designers play a brutal game of inches. Put the driver behind the engine and you get a long hood, but you spend length on the tractor. Put the driver on top of the engine and you pull the cab forward, shorten the tractor, and you buy back space for cargo inside the same legal length. That's why cabovers look like a wall. It's packaging to fit more freight. And a shorter wheelbase swings better through tight corners, roundabouts, and loading docks. So why not make everything cabover? Trade-off: the driver is closer to the impact zone, with less structure in front. You're also sitting over the front axle and near the engine, so noise, heat, and ride harshness are harder to tame. And maintenance often means tilting the whole cab just to reach the engine. Cabover wins on space. Long nose wins on comfort, serviceability, and crash energy management. Europe has older cities, tighter streets, and more compact delivery routes, plus stricter limits on overall vehicle length across many roads. When length is the bottleneck, cabover is the obvious maximize cargo solution. The US was built for long, straight, high-speed hauling on a huge interstate network, and regulations often allow setups where a longer tractor doesn't punish you as much. Add economics. American long-haul drivers live in the truck more, so bigger sleepers and a quieter, smoother ride become part of the business model. These trucks aren't different because one continent has better engineers. They're different because two systems wrote two different math problems. Change the constraints and the design flips. Tight length plus tight streets equals flat front. Long distance plus comfort priority equals long hood. So next time you spot a cabover in Europe or a long nose in the US, you're seeing regulations, road geometry, and economics made visible. If you want more small things with big reasons, subscribe.